Hey Gemini, welcome to your September intuitive horoscope reading. We are in Virgo season, in some earthy goodness, really. So Gemini, I hope you're doing well. Drop me a comment below, let me know how it is cracking, what's up, all that good stuff. Gemini, Virgo season is affecting really a tender and private area of your life. So it has its benefits, but it's definitely a spiritual and, like I said, tender spot. So what's really going to be highlighted for you this season is home and family matters and subjects that are related to parents, to parenting. Also, what you keep sort of hidden in secret from society, from the world. What is your safe space? What is your go-to, as it were? It's a spiritual house too, especially in regards to ancestry. It relates to your ancestors who've come before you. So Gemini, you might find yourself kind of digging around in your history. Maybe you feel like doing the ancestry DNA test. Might be a good time for that. Just kind of reconnect with your roots in some ways. And you just might feel, Gemini, like this is the time and period where you need to seclude yourself. Just have a little bit more you time. Stay home, go out less, that kind of stuff. Or, you know, you just might feel like sharing a little bit more intimate things about yourself. Some conversations, things of the past related to your parents, situations you might have gone through with your parents might come up as well. So, you know, stuff like that. Also, Gemini, let's look at some of the other key factors playing into September here. We have on the 14th, the full moon in Pisces. So really collectively what this is doing for all of us is it's raising our imaginative facilities and abilities. See what I did there? It just rhymed. But it is. And being in Virgo season too, it really offers us a concrete way of bringing our imaginative ideas and possibilities into reality. So that's really awesome. It has a very creative sense to it at the time of this full moon. Especially when it comes to storytelling, poetry, stuff like that. So I know some of you Geminis are definitely into that. Yes. So it's also a moon that is going to be extra sensitive, you might find yourself and others being extra empathetic, compassionate towards others, towards yourself. Has that spiritual and sensitive aspect to it. Now the dark side of this Pisces full moon is that it can also shine a light on the liars, the manipulators who might be around us. Whoop. First card out, Six of Cups. It can also bring up where you or someone close to is in denial about something. It does bring up, especially with the full moon, addictions, whether it be drug addictions, alcohol, or just habitual addictions to relationships, patterns, stuff like that. So stuff to just be wary of, Gemini. And I'll be interested to hear from you what some of those things are specifically. So, of course, you can always leave a comment below. Keep me and your tribe of Geminis updated. So moving on the 18th, we have Saturn moving direct. This is fabulous for any part of your life where you feel like you've been bound. You feel like you've been blocked, trapped in a repeating cycle, a repeating storyline, a repeating lesson. Fear not, all that moves forward with this transit. Clears up. Resolutions are easier to find. Woo. Also, the moon is trining Saturn on this day, so that's really awesome. It brings more of that lightheartedness, positive aspect to this energy. So we love it. We love it. Also, anything, Gemini, that you have been slacking in organization, whatever has been lacking structure, that starts to clear up now too. It's a lot more easier. It's a lot easier now to give things structure, give things more of a set role in your life. So it's really good, especially when it comes to business. So anyways, moving on, 23rd, we have the sun entering Libra and the fall equinox. This is gonna feel really good for you, Gemini. It's gonna feel really good. Fellow air sign energy, it's a power day. On the 28th, it's the Libra new moon. And that could bring in some new creative sparks for you that affect your artistry, your creativity, how you entertain yourself if you're in the entertainment business. Some breakthroughs there. Also, romance. Affairs that relate to children. But we'll talk more about those details later on. So Gemini, I'm going to put my notes aside here. Let's look at what is popping out with the tarot. Yeah. I'm going to continue shuffling though. Okay. Six of Cups in the center. Five of Swords crossing here. Some of you might be facing a challenge. Ooh, got a couple of cards here. A challenge from the past coming back. Some old trauma or pain from childhood might be creating a little bit of a detour and challenge for you. There's a part of that child within you that is really asking to be healed and fully acknowledged. Could be some conversations going on with your child if you have children. And there's a curiosity here. Curiosity about where you've come from, sure. There could be just the soulmate connection coming in for some of you Geminis that feels very familiar, or it could be a person that you went to school with growing up in the past. So reconnecting with someone. And someone who just takes you back to some nostalgic moments or nostalgic memory. Something you experienced in childhood. You know, the challenge too here with this might be some people just disapproving of how you're digging this month, how you're investigating or looking for information. That's what I'm getting strongly with the Five of Swords here. So, you know, they're just kind of walking away disapprovingly. Eight of Swords at the root of your reading. You know, this relationship, this reconnection happening in Virgo season might seem a little unclear. You're looking at how you've been holding yourself hostage in some ways too, or what relationships you've had in your life that have been holding you hostage. And you're really feeling your way through that. Especially once we get past that Virgo new moon, which actually happens at the end of August. It's like you're opening your eyes up to something perhaps you were blind to growing up or in the recent past. You know, intentions become a little clearer. Why you went through a certain experience or challenge becomes more evident now. Hangman showing up here in the recent past. Definitely being invited to look at things very openly. Try to move through this experience, through whatever you're reconnecting with or whoever you're reconnecting with this month. Try to look at it in a very rational way. What is it trying to tell you? What are they trying to really tell you? There's a beautiful feeling and sense of enlightenment that you're going to get when you keep an open mind like that. See the sun around his head? Yep. And the Hangman is asking you to go into Virgo season without feeling rushed, without being too impulsive, and thinking a little bit more before you speak or before you act. You're being asked to be the observer in some ways, especially right at the beginning of Virgo season here. Whoop! I feel like this one wants to come out. The World showing up next. Beautiful, beautiful there. Love it. Okay. There's some things coming together for you, truly. You're reaching a beautiful conclusion, a conclusion that is blessing you with abundance, opportunity, You could be, I am feeling for a lot of you Geminis, the 4 fixed signs are really helping you in some way. So it could be Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus. It's like recognizing the benefits and the prosperous results of when you stick to something. Whoop. When you stick to something, when you go through with something, you see it through. Yeah. I love that. 4 of Swords showing up over here in your near future, Gemini. Okay, so especially approaching the Pisces full moon, you want to take a little bit of extra time to rest, time to really contemplate. Sorry, it's getting like a little extra noisy. My lawn care people are here, so. Four of Swords, it's like just spending some extra time at home, resting, kind of pulling yourself together, putting the pieces of information together. Something about the past is really making you think. Maybe even question some of the spiritual beliefs that you had, that were instilled in you whenever you were young. So, with this Four of Swords, there's a sense of when you give yourself enough time to rest and meditate, you get answers of that are confirming. Answers that explain to you why you're feeling so drained, why a certain memory is still haunting you, maybe. I know that's kind of specific and stuff, but it's coming through. And interestingly, we have death in reverse down here in your area of willpower. So what is going to serve you the most? What kind of action is going to serve you the most in Virgo season here in September? Complete, utter, total surrender. Surrender to change. There might be a little delay or hesitation with this change. Because it's quite heavy for some of you. It's quite heavy. I mean, like I said, this is really affecting that tender spot of home and privacy. You know, right above you, we have the Ten of Swords here. And this is in the position of other people influencing you, around you. It's like, what I'm getting with this is some relationships are letting go. There might be some relationships ending, Gemini. There might be some wounds, some hurts, some hurtful words, some hurtful actions that have taken place or that happened in the past that are resurfacing with that person, and that person is bringing it up to you, and we're both undergoing this total and complete surrender. I mean, look at you. Look at both of you. Both of you are... There's an ending. There's a death of ego is what I'm hearing, Gemini. Death of ego. Oop, okay, there's the other card. We just needed one more. So, interesting stuff. Oh, sorry, that's just my phone in the background. Y'all are getting all kinds of distractions in your video here. It's kind of funny, isn't it? I would go turn it off, but I don't really want to move. So we're just going to let it ring. Sorry, Gemini. Interesting, though, that all these distractions are going on in your reading. In a similar way, Gemini, you might feel that there's just a lot of distraction. People, situations trying to pull you away from your safe space. Might feel like some people are being a little invasive. But you are being asked, Six of Cups being at the center here, to be very open, vulnerable with your feelings, with memories even of the past. Just be aware too of energy vampires, you know, people who just want something from you, who are just there to antagonize or drain your energy and drain your positivity. There's a pessimist who is showing up here. Now the pessimist might have some truths, but they're still a pessimist. We have the Two of Swords showing up in the area of your hopes and wishes here, and of your fears. It's a fear of being and remaining blind. A fear of not being able to see the truth of someone, who someone really is. You know, what the future really holds. fear of just not being able to see that. And being uncomfortable with going in blind. Then this is also telling me, Two of Swords, that seeing both sides, listening to both sides of the story is what is going to protect you in a way. It's what's going to send you through the next gateway, the next doorway. And you know, it is wise for some of you to guard yourself against someone who is just not in a good place in their life right now. You know, if you're getting those vibes from someone this month, it is definitely advisable and going to feel much more beneficial to you to just separate yourself. Allow yourself to meditate in the comfort of your home, of your safe space. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling, getting you an oracle card here from the Sacred Traveler deck. And we're going to wrap up the reading. So some deep stuff bubbling up to the surface here. But there is some massive opportunity and a source of abundance opening up for you too with the World. It's just lovely. Okay, I feel like it's this top one right here. All right, staying focused. Hold the course, Gemini. We talked about that a little bit with the World, didn't we? That fixed energy, holding the course, staying on track. Keep pursuing. Keep going. Yeah. So whatever part of your life that's speaking to, staying focused on it and just not giving up is going to be the right thing to do. And definitely this speaks to being an observer over here with the Hangman too. Observe, and listen. It's going to be pretty key for you this month. Whether that's just listening to your own intuition, Gemini, listening to what this other person has to say, that reconnection is bringing up for you. Yep, I want to get you another oracle card real quick. I do. Okay, I feel like it's in the middle, right here. Journey by Moonlight. Believe in magic. Yes. So definitely some intense feelings. Going back to your roots. Going back to your childhood. Probing, exploring your ancestry. Maybe if some of you do practice, occultism, or you're pagan, practicing some ritual to honor and further connect with your ancestors. That looks really beneficial. Also, what's really striking me is music. Music is going to be a key factor for you in Virgo season in September. It's going to help with the healing process, and it's taking you back, yet at the same time invigorating you forward, Gemini. It's an interesting duality there. So beautiful. We're going to leave it at that. Deep stuff, Gemini. Let me know how it's going. Give me and your fellow Geminis a shout out in the comments. If you want to do a personal reading, explore stuff for yourself, get in contact with me through my Etsy shop. If you just want to connect with me more, look at the pictures that I posted with ligers and tigers and some of my exotic animal friends. You know, check that out on my Facebook and Instagram. All those links below in the descriptions. And take advantage of the meditations that I just started putting up. I have a waning moon guided meditation up, and I'll have a waxing moon meditation up soon. So take care, Gemini. See ya and talk to you soon.